Today is our Pujya Mataji's 36th Mahasamadhi day. Yesterday when we casually opened the book with the Divine Mother, that particular dialogue Mataji had told then, probably in 80s, that came out. There in few words, she was explaining why this ashram has been set up, why you have come here, what you are supposed to do. Just open. Ashram has been set up to touch and kindle universal level service based upon the vision of the common denominator, God in everybody. We have been drawn here to train ourselves to make this ideal a reality in our life through chanting of His name, doing everything to Him, and thinking about Him. And why are we here? To practice this. So today we remember, many years have gone. All of us have been coming here for decades now. Whether we have been able to move at least to some extent or not. But Mataji wants us all. Universal level service, we have to practice it. In Mataji's case, she was able to reach that in 2 years' time, 1.5 years' time. And that is why she became the mother of all. Whenever we come here, whenever we get Mataji's love, the moment we see her, that was enough for her. And whenever she does something on a personal level, we all remember, we all carry this, we all share this, and we find some joy. But hardly we think whether we are moving towards that. Mataji is great, Mataji was loving, Mataji gave me this, Mataji talked to me like this. Everything from individual to individual, and we were feeling some happiness, untold happiness. But we never went seriously what is really expected of us. How Mataji could become the mother of all. How there was no otherness in her. This is what she wanted every one of us to ponder over and try in our own way. So on this 36th Mahasamadhi day of Pujya Mataji, we pray to her now, who is in the form of remembrance in our heart, to make us at least something towards that, opening up. From the me and mine to little opening up. So that gradually, as she has promised, that when you do that, Papa will do the rest. So let us all try to do that. And today we devoted maximum time for remembering what is expected of us by Pujya Mataji. As usual, at 9 o'clock there will be flag hoisting, and then everything will be going on afternoon after the Ramnam session. We will again share some thoughts about Mataji, her own words, and in the evening 3:30 to 4:30 also we will try that somehow to remind us of the great purpose for which Papa and Mataji have drawn us here, and not merely at the personal level. That was already in the initial stages, but something on a deeper level, spiritual level. Hari Om.
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Salutations to Param Pujya Papa. Salutations to Param Pujya Mataji. Salutations to Param Pujya Swamiji. Salutations to all Mahatmas, brothers and sisters. This day reminds us of the 36th Mahasamadhi day of our Param Pujya Mataji. All of us know that this ashram came into being purely because of Pujya Mataji only. Right from day one till today, whatever is going on, it is all her sankalpa only. Most of us or many of us have been the beneficiaries of Pujya Mataji's presence, darshan, guidance. She still continues to be a source of inspiration for all of us. But today reminds us something more. When we think about our contact with Anandashram and more particularly with Pujya Mataji, unknowingly, unwittingly, we limit to our personal relationship. Because Mataji was pouring her love to all alike. And whenever we were privileged to enjoy that love, we remember it. We carry it in our mind. It is always giving us a sense of inexplicable joy. But today she is asking us, to what extent that has helped you in your spiritual journey. If we go through many of her teachings, almost all, she always emphasizes that we should concentrate upon the impersonal aspect of God, impersonal aspect of Papa, whom she, the very name Papa is given by her for the indwelling and all-pervading reality. Every time to be very frank with you, when we started coming here almost on a regular basis, immediately after Pujya Mataji's, the first job Pujya Swamiji gave us was to cull out Mataji's letters to Papa from the old vision. We realized that that was the first, what do you call in computer language, the passway, the password to enter into. It gave us a glimpse of Pujya Mataji's life and mission. Every now and then, Mataji used to write this letter. Probably she was dictating in Malayalam, and Pujya Swamiji must have been typing it out. Before Swamiji's arrival, somebody else was here who was doing it. But it is all there, right from late 30s up to even when Papa was in body, she used to write. We did not understand that. Later on, when we started applying our mind, because whenever the word Papa was used, we suddenly remember this charming figure. So we got stuck. But right from the day of her realization, she was very clear that Papa stands for the Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvikara, Shashwata, Ananda, Swarup, all impersonal. So she was addressing to the indwelling and all-pervading reality. Instead of writing about indwelling and all-pervading, she was addressing it as Papa. So that means though Papa was there, so Papa Swami Ramdas was there in body, she was still writing. And then, after Papa's Mahasamadhi, even a trivial incident which had drawn her attention, she used to report. We were all carried away by what she wrote, but we hardly understood the purpose of why she did that. The purpose was to direct our attention to the indwelling and all-pervading reality which has no name and form, which is beyond all name and form, all concepts, and which stands for fullness, blissful. So that means Mataji in her own way was trying to make us understand that we should be, even when yesterday we were telling, in the satsang, even when she prescribed, suggested that we should take up 11 times of reading in quest of God. She later on clarified why she said 11. 11 stands for, according to Pujya Mataji, Lord Anjaneya, the great Bhakta. So when we take to 11, knowingly or unknowingly, we become conscious of the power within us who is embodied in the form of Lord Anjaneya. For what? To take us to the Nirguna Nirakara Swarup. Not academically, 11 times we complete. No. She wanted every one of us to know the real Papa, the real Sattva, the real power behind everything. So today we are praying to her. Though you have been telling all these things, we did not catch the theme which you have been trying to highlight. We have heard from your own lips. You will repeat it for anything and everything, Papa. But we did not know that. Even when she goes inside and to watch how she prostrates before Papas, we were all thinking it is limited to that form. No. She was bringing into her mind the indwelling and all-pervading reality who is expressing through the entire manifestation, whose presence has been made known to us through this form. So today, on the 36th Mahasamadhi day, as devotees or seekers or sadhakas, we are only trying to intensify this aspect of Pujya Mataji. Because when once we get stabilized, you might be remembering during her sadhana days, she was also very much attached to the form of Papa. When Papa tried to discourage her, dissuade her from that, but even when she was not able to, every time when she used to prostrate, she used to touch his feet, offer flowers, so many things for the worship of the form. Then Papa sternly said, this is blocking your spiritual progress. So now onwards, you will not talk to Ramdas, you will not offer worship, you will not prostrate. Stern warning. And Papa himself has written, as she had no other interest, when this interest was withdrawn, it went inside. Previously, when we were reading about, whenever she expresses about Sakshatkar, we thought it is something different. A different plane about which we have no idea. But now slowly she is revealing. Sakshatkar means not outside. No. To feel his presence inside and to that and that The same presence is there in the form of the world outside, Jagat outside. So far now I have limited myself to my name and form, but she wanted every one of us to try to take a leap from the individual plane to a universal plane. And she knew that most of us did not rise up to her expectation. She was expressing it just like a mother, When children don't rise up, how a mother will be frustrated. If you go through with the Divine Mother, many a times you will find the feelings of a mother, because everything has been provided, but we are not making use of it. We will read a few portions today. Papa is nameless, formless, nirguna, nirakara, nirvikara, swarup. And that is how he was in the beginning. Then in order to enjoy the bliss of his own supreme being, Papa, who is nameless, formless, nirguna, nirakara, nirvikara, swarup, brought forth the vast creation consisting of his own supreme being and all other worlds, and peopled them with all the creatures which were but his own forms. Then to help them to attain his universal being, Vishwaswarup, Papa assumed a human form and came down to earth as our Guru to lead us and to guide us. All Gurus are Papa's own forms. He also assumed the name Ramdas in this incarnation. He set up this ashram for universal love and service. And now why do you all come here? You come here to learn how to lead your own lives on the tenets of universal love and service. Unfortunately, we limited ourselves to individual. That is why we were not able to understand from her life how universal she was, right from the minutest to the grossest. Papa taught us to take his name on our lips, chanting it constantly to dwell mentally on his universal attributes. And with our hands to do all the work here as his service, thus to serve our fellow beings, taking them for his own forms. Thus Papa asked us to do Nam Dhyan Seva together and assured us that if we did this, we would attain him in no time. It is for this you have all come here, that you might learn here now to serve with universal love and live out your own lives accordingly, in your own homes, in your own spheres of activities. This is what Papa taught me. This is all that I can tell you. Is that enough? So 2-3 things, just as devotees we used to come here, we have been coming here. But still in our mind we are only bothered about me and mine, unknowingly. Because none of us took deep interest in what Mataji was trying to paint. That one particular word, nameless, formless, nirguna, nirakara, nirvikara, the great void. Kali Swarup, she used to say in her own language. And in the letter, when Pujya Swamiji asked us to compile the letter, on those days there was no computer, so we have to type out everything, While typing out, our involvement will be more and more. Unlike, the computer where you can copy paste, it will not have any impact. Here you have to do that. If there is a mistake, we have to retype the whole thing. So then, at that time, this did not strike to us. But later on, we started thinking. That was one of the best ways by which, we were introduced to her thoughts, introduced to her approach, introduced to the spirituality she defined. Papa, she divine. It is impersonal, out and out impersonal. But at the same time, by her very life, she showed us how to revere the form also along with it. Otherwise it becomes dry, There is you can't say it's an emotional relationship. It is a spiritual relationship with the form. And at the same time going beyond the form. That is a spiritual relationship. If it is emotional level, sentimental level, we get stuck with the form. But here it is at the spiritual level. The spirit has come in this form. So though while revering that form, she was connecting herself to the spirit. And all her letters were addressed on that basis. Suppose we start going through that letters, we will find the way in which she has expressed. So on this day, let us all try to bring these ideas. That while retaining our reverence to forms, our whole thrust should be to connect ourselves to the impersonal. Because only by connecting to the impersonal, we will be able to see him in everything. Otherwise, only individual. The one which is pulsating that individuality. With some form, God makes us to differ. With some form, God makes us to go along. With some form, God makes us to become neutral. If this is there in our mind, whatever He prompts, we will act. But basic fundamental thing is that He is there in everybody. He is there in everybody. In every object which we come across, in every individual with whom we come in contact with, and in every situation He places us. This is what Pujya Mataji wanted us. And in this way, that is how she says about universal love, where all these petty things are demolished, which stems from this me and mine. I was just reading this morning a few portions of 50th, that means 81. In 1981, May 15th, it was Ashram's 50th anniversary. So somebody asked Mataji, today is 50th. Then she said, I told everybody there won't be any celebration. Why? It has not helped. Celebration is for celebrations. Celebration is for intense God remembrance. We should be able to connect ourselves why this ashram came into being, who set up this, what was his ideal. If we are not thinking, we only celebrate. Some form, it doesn't lead any impact. That is how Mataji stopped the celebration, because we have lost the. Normally in any institution, suppose 50 years is gone, there will be a wonderful celebration. Even now some people used to say in 2031 there should be a centenary. Days have changed, we may have to think about it. Centenary. So every time Mataji was very particular about, we were telling our friends who came here to know about ashram, that Mataji has specifically ruled that this is purely a sadhaka's ashram. Here no such a thing, no missionary work. Because she was very particular, anybody whom God has prompted them to come here should get a glimpse of Papa's universal approach, not for anything else. So let all these things be writ large in our mind, and we pray to her to give us something of what she has already achieved. We may not be able to go very near to what has been achieved by her, but something of it. Something which we try to open up the me and mind and enter into a new vista where we try to become aware of God's finger in a larger field. We may not be able to go and embrace the whole world in it, but at least me and mind should go expand. With this prayer, we will go to many of them. We also would like to again mention, many a time we have mentioned, all these things, the ashram prayer, ashram, everything has been ashram routine. Over the years, Mataji suggested. There was a time when there was no program at all.
Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Om
Sometime in 1990s when when Swami Chidanji was hoisting the flag, he made us understood that flag hoisting signifies our commitment to reach the goal. It is not merely hoisting. Our commitment to reach the goal. That is very important. With that bhavana, we will do that. Rest of the things, it is there in the forenoon session. We will read it out also. Yes, now you can go.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram,
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram,
Jai Ram.
This is what Swamiji said the other day. Nowadays there are different types of communications like STD, speed post, fax, email, telephone, etc. But we don't require all these for communicating with God. All that is needed is to remember Him constantly. The flag reminds us of this ultimate goal, and by this act of hoisting the flag, we are communicating our commitment to raise ourselves to the higher plane so that we can reach the ultimate goal. We have hoisted the flag today as a mark of our respect to Mataji, who attained on this day 9 years back, now it is 36 years back, the eternal Swarup of Papa by shedding her mortal coil. Mataji, even while in her body, was one with Papa, but on this day she chose to fully merge into his being. Pujya Mataji's early life was spent mostly in sorrow. She felt miserable or unhappy in all places she visited, and she got solace to some extent in the presence of Siddharudha Swami. She was later drawn to Kasargod, and the moment she placed herself before beloved Papa, she suddenly felt her entire load of worries became extinct, as it were, and heartily laughed as an expression of the newfound joy. Since then, to her, beloved Papa was everything. Anything she did was seva only to her Papa. Her joy, her nishtha in Papa was supreme. The flag hoisting signifies this nishtha, to which she gave topmost priority. Viewed from another angle, a seeker should fix his supreme goal like the hoisted flag and be always conscious of it while doing sadhana. Mataji had a very hard life, filled with sorrow, and when she came to Papa, she wanted only one thing, that was to realize Papa. This led her to see Papa in everybody. Mataji used to do lots of seva, and there was no work that was ignored by her. She was an Artha Bhakta. She used to weep for Papa. Her one and only purpose or aim of life was to realize Papa. She gave the highest praise to Papa as that of his flag, and that is why she stands where she is at present. So if you do at least a fraction of service as Mataji did, you will gain that joy and happiness which this flag hoisting signifies. Yes, now. राम नाम का झंडा प्यारा, राम नाम का झंडा प्यारा, विजयी विश्व ही नाम है प्यारा, सदा शक्ति बहलाने वाला, प्रेम सुधा बरसाने वाला, रामदास है प्राण हमारा, सब जग का अब यही सहारा, राम नाम का झंडा प्यारा। आओ प्यारे भक्तों आओ, राम नाम से धन्य हो जाओ, आओ एक साथ सब मिलकर गाओ, जीवन अपना सफल बनाओ, राम नाम है प्राण हमारा, राम नाम का झंडा प्यारा, झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, राम नाम का झंडा प्यारा। ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम,
ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ. राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम ओम ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभासितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गं देवमुनिप्रवरार्चितलिङ्गं कामदहं करुणाकरलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गं सर्वसुगन्धसुलेपितलिङ्गं बुद्धिविवर्धनकारणलिङ्गं सिद्धसुरासुरवन्दितलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गं कनकमहामणिभूषितलिङ्गं फणिपतिवेष्टितशोभितलिङ्गं दक्षसुयज्ञविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गं कुङ्कुमचन्दनलेपितलिङ्गं पङ्कजहारसुशोभितलिङ्गं सञ्चितपापविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गं देवगणार्चितसेवितलिङ्गं भावैर्भक्तिभिरेव च लिङ्गं दिनकरकोटिप्रभाकरलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् अष्टदलोपरि वेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसमुद्भवकारणलिङ्गम् अष्टदरिद्रविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गं सुरगुरुसुरवरपूजितलिङ्गं सुरवनपुष्पसदार्चितलिङ्गं परमपदं परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गं श्रीराम जय राम श्रीराम जय राम श्रीराम जय राम श्रीराम जय राम